Hello friends, I hope you all are doing good. Today we will start the first video on getting started with web technologies. In this video we will learn about the web technology concepts and working of web technology, and we also learn about the career path for becoming a software developer. Before starting that, we first follow the audience for this new journey. So, if you are a student or you are in a graduation, then you can start this new journey to get into the field of software developer. Apart from this, if you already a web developer or a web development enthusiastic and having keen interest in technologies, then you will surely follow this new journey and get ready to becoming a software developer. So let's start. Web technology refers to the means by which computer communicates with each other by using markup language and multimedia packages. So, web technology involves the use of hypertext markup language, that is HTML, and cascading style sheets CSS. Web is a word which runs using the term internet. Internet is a information superhighway to access the information over web. Therefore, internet is the backbone of web, and HTML is also the backbone of web because web technology is consisting of different web pages which are written in HTML languages, that is accessible through the internet or any other networks using internet browser. So let's discuss about the few terminologies related to web technology. HTML, hypertext markup language used to create web application and web pages. Web pages are simple as accessed by entering a URL and may contain text, graphics or images, and a web pages can also contain another web pages. So and apart from this, a website is a collection of several web pages that are connected together to provide us some useful information. So let's start that there are two type of web pages. One is static web page, another is dynamic web page. Static web page is a simple web page which is written in a language such as HTML, CSS or JavaScript. In case of static web pages, when a server receives a request for a web page, then the server sends the response in the form of HTTP response. So how in case of a static web page, the client and server interact and communicate will be in the next slide. So this is the proper structure by which how a client can request for a static web page. First of all, client sends a HTTP request to server, hypertext transfer protocol, to the server, and then server will send the static HTML file in the form of HTTP response to the client, or you can say that to the web browser. So in this way the static web page will work. Now we will move toward the dynamic web page. So dynamic web pages are written in languages such as Ajax, ASP.NET, etc. In dynamic web pages, the content of pages is different from different visitor. Means like the content of website is updating each and every time when the pages load. Means dynamic web pages are used where the information is changed frequently. For example, in stock prediction, or you can say that as weather forecasting. It uses two type of scripting. One is client-side scripting, another is server-side scripting. In case of client-side scripting, it generates the content at the client side, means at the browser side. Whereas in case of server-side scripting, the whole processing part of the code will run at the server side. Means uh, after completing the processing at server side, it send the result to the client side. So in this way, dynamic web pages are more complex as compared to static web page. But in case of we want dynamic content to be generated at different time, like in case of Flipkart, Amazon, as you scroll down the page, then the product are added frequently subsequently. So these are this is the example of, you can say that, dynamic web page. So here are the few terms and terminology mentioned here about dynamic web page. You can have a look here. So now we will look how the dynamic generation of HTML will take place, means how client and server in case of dynamic web page can interact and communicate with each other. So in first step, the client or browser will send the HTTP request to the server, and the server will calls an application program, or you can say that calls an script or a method in response to the HTTP request. So after this, means after the processing of the complete script or method, the application program will execute and produce an HTML output. The same HTML output will send to the client in the form of HTTP request. So this is the complete structure of dynamic generation of HTML. Now we will look into the career path for web developer, or you can say that how you will become a good software developer into the field of web development. So there are the few five steps you need to follow to be a good software developer. So as a beginner, you have must knowledge of web technologies such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so that you are able to create static web pages. After completing the beginner path, you need to learn different front-end frameworks such as Angular, Bootstrap, React, Cordova, etc. Angular and React are the two major frameworks which are currently used by different industries at different levels. So at least you must need to learn these two frameworks. After completing the initial two, you will move towards the backend framework, where you will know the knowledge of PHP and MySQL as a database and a different framework such as Node.js and Coordinator. So after completing the initial three steps, you will be a little bit step closer to become a web developer. Means you at least you should have implement these framework and web technologies and put up these together, so that you will able to deploy a good application consisting of front end, back end, and database. After completing the initial four steps, when you are able to work on industrial like project, and you will work on different stacks such as mean stack or mun stack, or you can say that MongoDB Express Angular node or MongoDB Express as React node, then you will lead yourself to get into the field of software development. So in this way, you will able to create your journey and start your journey from here. So guys, thank you so much for today. I hope you like this video of introduction to web technologies and get entering into this field of web technology. So if you like this video, kindly press the like button, and please share with your friends and your colleagues to get more update related to the field of software development. Thank you.